The Osbournes have never been strangers to chaos, controversy, and compelling stories. Now the long-awaited biopic that promises to dive deep into the wild, raw, and complex love story between Ozzy and Sharon Osbourne is still marching ahead at Sony, despite long development delays and industry turbulence. The project, which has been in various stages of production over the past few years, remains a key focus at the studio, as confirmed by sources close to the development team. In an era filled with musical biopics that tug on both nostalgia and curiosity, Bohemian Rhapsody, Elvis, Rocketman, the story of Ozzy and Sharon Osbourne is primed to be the most unpredictable, unfiltered, and unapologetically rock and roll of them all. Sharon Osbourne confirmed that the Sony-backed film is still on the table and moving ahead with intention. It's a love story, she insists, not just a retelling of a rock star's debauchery. It's not going to be a sex, drugs, and rock and roll movie, she has said in multiple interviews. It's a love story. People are going to see a different side of Ozzy and me, a side many don't know. That's not to say the film will gloss over the darker or more volatile parts of their shared history. If anything, it promises to confront them head-on. Ozzy's struggles with addiction, Sharon's battles with cancer and family drama, the physical altercation that once nearly tore them apart, and of course, the intense media spotlight they navigated together for decades. The script, written by Oscar nominee Lee Hall Rocketman, is already complete. Hall's involvement has excited fans and insiders alike, particularly because of his ability to balance the glitz and glam of music stardom with the emotional gravity of personal struggles. Hall's work on Rocketman was widely praised for its raw portrayal of Elton John's highs and lows, making him a fitting choice to bring the Osbournes' untamed story to life. Sharon has taken on the role of producer, ensuring the narrative doesn't fall into caricature or studio over-polish. In her own words, she wants the story to be as real as possible, which for the Osbournes means pain, love, betrayal, forgiveness, and redemption, all cranked up to 11. Sony Pictures remains the primary production partner and distributor for the film. The studio, already successful with past biopics, has continued to invest in stories that are character-driven and steeped in cultural legacy. While the Osbourne biopic doesn't have a confirmed director or cast just yet, the film's development team reportedly has a short list of talent in mind. Casting, of course, is one of the most crucial aspects of a biopic, particularly for a couple as distinct and iconic as Ozzy and Sharon. Rumors have circulated online, with fans fan-casting names from Tom Hardy to Jared Leto for Ozzy, and from Florence Pugh to Emilia Clarke for Sharon. But the Osbournes themselves have remained tight-lipped, only noting that they want actors who understand the darkness and the light. Ozzy Osbourne's health has also become a backdrop to the film's urgency. The legendary Black Sabbath frontman has battled Parkinson's disease, undergone multiple surgeries, and retired from touring. Yet his presence and involvement in the biopic remain firm. According to Sharon, Ozzy is not only a subject but a contributor, providing insight and commentary to help the creative team understand moments from his perspective. Ozzy remembers everything, Sharon said. Even when people thought he was too out of it to notice, he always remembered. What makes this biopic particularly unique is the decision to focus on the couple's love story and emotional complexities. Sharon has stated that the film will begin in the 1970s and go through the 2000s, capturing the whirlwind of their romance, professional collaborations, family evolution, and the fame explosion that came with the Osbournes' reality show in the early 2000s. Their marriage has been far from smooth, but also undeniably enduring. Sharon famously took over Ozzy's management in the 1980s, helping revamp his career after Black Sabbath and pushing him to solo superstardom. The pair raised 3 children, Amy, Kelly, and Jack, all while living under a microscope of public attention and media scrutiny. That tumultuous dynamic, equal parts love and warfare, will be a central thread in the film. It won't shy away from Ozzy's relapse periods, nor from the betrayal Sharon endured when news of Ozzy's infidelity surfaced in 2016. But it will also highlight their ability to rebuild, a trait not often emphasized in rock biopics that tend to focus on the tragedy or meteoric rise. The music, of course, will be front and center. Sharon has confirmed that original tracks from Ozzy's solo catalog and Black Sabbath days will be used, making it an authentic sonic experience rather than a cover-heavy reinterpretation. This decision stands in contrast to films like Bohemian Rhapsody, which faced criticism for its blend of performance and dubbed vocals. "It's going to be raw. The music, the emotions, everything," she said. The biopic also has the unique advantage of input from the people it's portraying, something not every biopic can boast. Both Ozzy and Sharon are alive, willing, and actively involved in shaping the narrative. That's a double-edged sword. It gives the project access to first-hand accounts, but it also risks softening the harshest edges. However, knowing Sharon Osbourne's reputation for bluntness, audiences may not need to worry about the film pulling punches. The couple has lived in the limelight for decades, but there's still a surprising amount that fans don't know. Moments never shared in interviews, vulnerable stretches never captured on MTV or in tabloids. That's what this film promises. The unseen story, the private wars, and the unlikely endurance of a couple who have been through hell and back more than once. The resurgence of music biopics has shown that audiences crave stories that go beyond fame. They want emotional journeys, context behind the music, and characters they can root for, flaws and all. With that in mind, Ozzy and Sharon's biopic could mark a new high point for the genre. One that doesn't just recount a career but examines what it means to survive both stardom and each other. Delays due to industry strikes, the COVID-19 pandemic, and shifting studio priorities pushed the project's timeline back. But insiders say the script and story have only become stronger as a result. The passage of time has allowed for greater perspective, more candor, and more emotionally mature reflections from both Ozzy and Sharon. As of mid-2025, the film is still in pre-production, with casting expected to be finalized before the end of the year. A tentative release date hasn't been announced, but if production starts on schedule, it could debut in 2026. The Osbourne family has largely returned to public life, with Jack Osbourne involved in media production, and Kelly Osbourne recently re-entering the entertainment space following her son's birth. Sharon has remained a visible presence on TV and in media commentary, often updating fans about Ozzy's health and their future plans. For fans, the upcoming biopic represents more than entertainment. It's a chance to understand how one of rock's most chaotic couples found something resembling peace. From bat-biting performances to red carpet confessions, the Osbournes have never lived quietly. Their love story, if told honestly and with the grit it deserves, could cement their place not just as icons, but as survivors.